Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So just finishing off now the phrases. So we're discussing prepositional phrases, and we just want to do one more rule regarding them, and then we finish with phrases for this level, inshallah. Okay? So a phrase. Recap. A phrase is what? An expansion or extension of a noun. Some phrases matching i'rab. These are the conjunction phrase, which are the ma'tuf alayh, harfu atf and ma'tuf. Then we have the appositive phrase, which is the mubdal minhu and the badal. Right? And these are the badis, they match. Then we have those that match in ding. This is the descriptive phrase, which is the man'ud not. Demonstrative phrase is the ismul ishara musharun ilay. The super badis, because they match in everything. Then we have the ones that don't match. The ones that don't match is the possessive phrase, which is the mudaf mudaf ilay. These are the naughty enemies. And then we have the prepositional phrase, which is either mudaf mudaf ilay form, with the mudaf is a special word called zarf, which shows what? Time or place, or the jar majroor. We call these the loonies. Why? Because they have to be kept in jail, only come out 3 times in a day. For lunch, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Maf'ul fi, the muta'alliq or the khabar. They only come out how many times in a day? 3 times in a day. For breakfast, lunch and dinner. For the maf'ul fi, the muta'alliq and the khabar. Okay? Yes? And we say these phrases are what? Unrestricted. The possessive phrase with the conjunction phrase are what? Unrestricted. What does unrestricted mean? They're not in jail, are they? Who's in jail? Only these. So these can come where? Anywhere. Where can they come? Anywhere. Any mubtada, any khabar, any fa'il. But however, these are restricted. They are in jail. They can only come out for 3 phrases. You understand? So these are called what? Unrestricted phrases. They're not in jail. And these are in jail. Does everybody understand me? Does everybody understand? Yes? Okay. Right. And then we said the relationship between the parts of a sentence and nouns. How does that work? We said a jumlatul ismiya is made up of a mubtada and a khabar. And a jumla fi'liya is made up of a fa'il, fa'il, maf'ul bihi thanin, maf'ulun fi, hal and muta'alliq. That's a new part now, the muta'alliq. Okay, so before we had 6 parts, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct? The fa'il is a verb fa'il, obviously. Not rocket science. From fa'il all the way to hal, they are all what? Nouns. The mubtada and khabar are also nouns, asma. Okay? The fa'il until the hal are, they can also be replaced. It can be a noun, or you can replace that noun and make it into a unrestricted phrase. So the ma'tuf alay ma'tuf, mubdal minhu badal, man'ud not, or ismul ishara musharun ilay can come in any of these places. In a jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya. Yes? And then we have what? The restricted phrase, which can only what? For 3 places, which are the maf'ul fi, the muta'alliq and the khabar. Does everybody understand how this links up? Yes? But when the loonies get out of jail, what happens? They cause problems. I told you that these are weirdos. Yes? So when we have an escape, when one of these come out, what happens in the whole sentence? You like this example? Yeah? So when one of these come out, sometimes you have some good prisoners. Sometimes you have some good prisoners. Okay? And sometimes you have some naughty prisoners. So sometimes you get a normal khabar. Okay? So for example here I have ar-rajulu fil bayt. So fil bayt is what? What is fil bayt? Jar majroor become khabar. It's still breaking a few rules, isn't it? It's not marfu'. It doesn't match number and gender. But what can happen now? Sometimes what can happen? You can get an even naughtier shibul jumla as a khabar. It comes at the beginning of the sentence. Normally what happens? What comes first normally? Mubtada, then the khabar. What comes first? Mubtada, then followed by khabar. But sometimes, as I said, the shibul jumla are loonies. They're prisoners who cause problem and cause havoc. Yes? So sometimes are really, really calamitous, is that word? They really cause a lot of problems, right? What happens, so sometimes when the Shibul Jumla comes, the phrase, this is decent. It comes at the end. We have normal structure. We have Mubtada'un and we have Khabarun. But because the Shibul Jumla very rebellious, sometimes what happens, you can have what first? Khabar first, then Mubtada. Only when the Khabar is one of those prisoners who breaks all the rules. Do you understand? Are you following? So what can we have? When the Khabar is a Shibul Jumla, it can come as a normal Khabar at the end of the sentence after the Mubtada. And sometimes it can also come as what? As a Khabar but at the beginning of the sentence. Yes? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay? For example, now, what is the Bab Taf'il? قَدَّمَ يُقَدِّمُ تَقْدِيمًا, to bring forward. So when the Khabar is brought forward, you don't call it normal Khabar, you have to call it what? Al-Khabarul Muqaddam. What do you call it? Say after me again. Al-Khabaru Al-Muqaddamu. What do you say? Al-Khabaru, not normal Al-Khabar. Al-Khabaru Al-Muqaddamu. The fronted Khabar, i.e. that Khabar which has been brought first. What do you say? The fronted Khabar. Al-Khabaru Al-Muqaddamu. And then the Mubtada has been delayed. What do you call delay? Ta'khir. So akhara, mu'akhar, the delayed Mubtada. So normally you have what? Mubtada'un and Khabarun. What do you have? Mubtada'un and Khabarun. But when we have a Shibhul Jumla coming first, you have what? Al-Khabarul Muqaddamu and Al-Mubtada'ul Mu'akharu. So normally is what? Mubtada'un and Khabar. When the Shibhul Jumla comes first, you call it Al-Khabarul Muqaddamu and Al-Mubtada'ul Mu'akharu. Okay? Now, because I said these are all causing problems, isn't it? This Shibhul Jumla cause problems. They break all the rules and they cause haywire. If you have a prison break and all the prisons run out, what happens? It's haywire, isn't it? So even here, we let the guy out for breakfast. Sometimes some of them are good. They come for breakfast and go back in, so he comes as a Khabar. Yes? Sometimes they come out and they just cause more problems. So sometimes the Khabar, it comes out as a Khabar, when it becomes Khabar Muqaddam, it breaks the rule when it comes out. Yes? So what happens now? When the Khabar comes as Muqaddam, the Mubtada Mu'akhar has to become the defense mode. It becomes Nakira. What happens? If the Shibhul Jumla, if the Khabar is Muqaddam, the Mubtada Mu'akhar usually comes what? Nakira. What's the normal rule of Mubtada? The Mubtada is usually what? Mubtada is usually Ma'rifa. What's Mubtada? Ma'rifa. But when you have a Mubtada Al-Mu'akhar, what do you have? Al-Mubtada Al-Mu'akhar. It becomes what? Usually Nakira. Rule number one. So what's rule number one? The Mubtada Al-Mu'akhar usually becomes Nakira. And the second rule is you have to add the word there in the translation. What do you have to add in translation? The word there. Let's try it here. So, fil bayt. What is fil bayt? What kind of structure is it? Jar and majroor. And is it Jumla Ismiya, Jumla Fi'liya? So Jumla Ismiya has a jar majroor. What's the jar majroor going to become? What's the jar majroor going to become? Khabar. But is it khabar in the original place or not original place? Non-original place. So you have to call it what? Al-Khabarul Muqaddamu. And because the Mubtada has been delayed, you label the Mubtada as what? Al-Mubtada'ul Mu'akharu. Al-Mubtada'ul Mu'akharu. Yes? Then we say what? Fi is jar and al-bayt is what? Majroor. Jar and majroor. Now the two rules now are going to come into place. So one is that the Shibhul Jumla escape and it's causing havoc. It comes first and the Mubtada goes, so there is the end. Now two more rules are different to normal. The Mubtada is what? Ma'rifa Nakira? Nakira. Usually Mubtada is what? ma'rifah. But when the mubtada is al-mu'akhkhar, it can be nakira. And how do you translate this? First of all, you add the word there. What do you add? There. Then you add the joining word. Okay? So you add, first of all, you add the word there. Nothing in here means there. You just have to add it. That's how the English language and the Arabic language correspond like this. Okay, if you're interested, you can look at predication of existence, but that's a bit, don't worry about that, that's high level stuff. For now, basically, is when you have a sentence like this, what do you have to add in the translation? The word there. What do you add in? There. When you add in the word there, that's done. Then you add the joining word is. Then you bring the mubtada, the al-mubtada al-mu'akhkhar. Then you bring the al-khabar al-muqaddam. So you still bring mubtada khabar first in translation order, but you move the is here and you add in the word there. Does that make sense? Yeah, so let's try a few sentences. Sorry. Okay? So a few examples. أمام المعلمة بنت. أمام المعلمة بنت. Okay, is it جملة اسمية جملة فعلية? You start بسم الله. جملة اسمية. So it's going to have مبتدأ and خبر. So أمام البيت is أمام المعلمة is the مبتدأ. No? Yeah, very good. It's why is al-khabar muqaddam? Because amama is a mudaf ilayh, but the amama shows time and place. So this is a shibhul jumla. So this becomes what? Al-khabaru al-muqaddamu. Al-khabaru al-muqaddamu. And bintun becomes? Al-mubtada'ul mu'akhkharu. Yes? And let's break the khabar muqaddam down into amama is mudaf, but not a normal mudaf. It's a zarf mudaf. Yeah. You don't have to label that, I'm just telling you. So it's not like somebody owns something. It shows time and place. And al-muallima becomes mudafun ilay. How do you translate this? What do you have to add in first? There. Then what do we add in after that? You add the joining word. There is. What's the mubtada al-mu'akhkhar? Bintun. And bintun means girl. So there is a girl. Then you bring the khabar. There is a girl in front of the teacher. You understand? Yes? Next one. You do this one, next one. Is it jumla ismiya, jumla fa'iliya? Read it. في هذا المسجد بابان كبيران. Jumla ismiya. Does it start with a mubtada or no? What does it start with? If you have fi, it's going to be khabar muqaddam. Khabar muqaddam starts from fi and finish. Al-masjid. This becomes what? Al-khabarul muqaddam. Al-khabarul muqaddam. And then? Babani kabirani is the? Is al-mubtada'ul mu'akhkhar. Okay? Are there any phrases we need to break down? The mubtada, al-khabar muqaddam? Is it one phrase or two phrases? Two phrases. So let's leave a line and let's go one level lower. Fi is what? And the rest becomes? Majroor. And hadha becomes? Ismul. Ishara. Musharun ilay. And then babani kabiran becomes? Man'ut. Nah. How do you translate this? Ji. You add the word there. Correct? There is
this masjid.
No, you bring the mubtada first.
There is two big doors.
There is two big doors. Your English teacher won't be very happy with you. There is two big doors.
There are two big doors.
There are two big doors. Then the khabar. In this masjid. Is everybody following? Okay. Right. Now, if you bring it with laysa and kana, it's the same thing will work, but only thing will be a bit different. So, for example, kana fil bayti rajulun, same structure. Kana fil bayti rajulun. So, what do you say here now? There was iman, because what? Kana makes it what? Maadi, past tense. Okay? And then in the structure, it's slightly different. You say, فعل ناقص خبر كان المقدم. Not just الخبر المقدم. What do you say? خبر كان المقدم. What happens now? What kind of structure is this? Let's break this down. خبر is, this word خبر is what? مضاف إليه, and that becomes the منعوت. That becomes not. Translation is what? The fronted khabar of kana. Khabaru kana al-muqaddam. The fronted khabar of kana. Ismu kana al-mu'akhar. The delayed ism of kana. And in the same structure, jar majroor. And then, there's nothing there. Okay? So be, not al-khabar muqaddam, but khabaru kana al-muqaddam. Or, ismu kana al-mu'akhar. Everybody following me? Yes? Yeah? Moving on. If you have inna, it gets a bit tricky, because what's the ism of inna? Marfu' or mansub? So this has to become what? Mansub, because it's the ism of inna, even though it comes at the end. Do you get it? Yeah. If it was a normal sentence, you say inna rajula, wouldn't you? Yeah. Inna rajula fil bayt. But because the rajul is coming at the end now, it becomes rajulan. Because it's what? Ismu inna al-mu'akhar. It's ismu inna al-mu'akhar. So indeed there was a man in the house. Same structure. All you have to add in here now is indeed, and then normal. There, joining word, the ism, and then the khabar. Okay? And then tarkib. Oh, not fa'ilun naqis, that's a mistake. What's it supposed to be? Harfun mushabbahun bil fa'il. And then fil bayt, jar majrur, the khabar inna al-muqaddam, and rajul becomes the ismu inna al-mu'akhar. Yes? Do you understand? So, translate, bismillah. Just do this one. So, inna fi samai nujuman kathiratan. Inna harfun mushabbahun bil fa'il. Okay, then fi samai becomes no ismu inna. Remember that the shibul jumla is only allowed in certain positions. Can it be ism or mubtada? No, the shibul jumla has to be. What does it have to be? When the shibul jumla comes in a jumla to ismiya, it has to be khabar. So this becomes what? Khabaru inna. But what do you call it? Khabaru inna. They brought forward al-muqaddam. Khabaru inna al-muqaddam. And this becomes what? Ismu inna al-mu'akhar. Yes, ismu inna al-mu'akhar. And then fi sama becomes jar. Sama becomes majroor. And then nujuman kathiratan man'ut and not. Okay? Your turn. Ji. كان في المسجد الحرام ناس كثير. Translation, تركيب. Or, how do you translate the top one? إن في السماء نجوما كثيرة. How do you translate it? Indeed, there. The English teachers won't be happy with you. There's many stars. There are many stars. So indeed, you do that first. Number one. Then you add the word there. Then you have the other joining word are. Then you do the mubtada, ismu anna, ismu inna. There are many stars. And this is mufrad mu'annath because nujum is non-human plural. So indeed there are many stars in the sky. Do you next, you want to read the translation? Read it and translate first. كان في المسجد الحرام ناس كثير. There were, because kana makes it were. There were many people in the sacred mosque or in Al-Masjid al-Haram. Tarkib. فعل ناقص. Then خبر كان المقدم ناس كثير اسم الكان المؤخر. And let's break the phrases down. Is the خبر كان مقدم one phrase or two phrases? Two phrases. So let's go to the bottom first and write what? jar and majroor. And this becomes what? Man'ud. Nah, because they're matching ding. And then nasun kathirun becomes man'ud not. Yes? Everybody following me? So a quick recap, you have what? Phrases, matn i'rab, conjunction, the positive, ma'atuf alayh, harfu atf, ma'atuf, the mubdal minhu and the badal, these are the badis, and your matching ding, you have the descriptive phrase, the man'ut and not, and then you have the ism al-ishara and the musharun ilay. These are the super buddies, they match in everything. The ones that don't match are mudaf and mudaf ilay. You call these the possessive phrase, and they are the, what are they? The naughty enemies, and then you have the loonies, preposition, the jar majroor and the mudaf ilay, provided the mudaf ilay is a zarf. Then you have, these are called unrestricted, they can come anywhere, and these are restricted, they can only come in three places. Which three places? We have the whole setup here. We have the setup here, and then we have unrestricted phrase. Right. Correct? That's how it works. So now here we have mubtada mu'akhar and khabar muqaddam. So even the restricted phrase can come in khabar muqaddam as well. Yes? Yeah? Any questions? Okay, subhanallah wa bihamdi. So we finished the phrases. So we finished the, how many sections have we finished? 3 sections. So now we have a good recap. We'll have a test. Make sure everything is solid. And then inshallah we'll move on. So we'll make sure this is solid first before we move on. Any questions? No? Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.